Okay, welcome legends. Today is day number 1 of 30 of no money, no credit, no excuses, real estate challenge. This is more than just a challenge. It's a mission to prove to anyone and everyone that you can start to build your real estate future with nothing but the determination and a plan. So before we dive into the tactics of everything, I really want to address something that's critical, which is mindset. I know some of you are already thinking, this won't work for me, or Alex, show me what you got, and you're just going to watch. But I really invite you guys to, join along on this journey. And, if you're thinking that maybe you don't have what it takes because you don't have the evidence or anything, but trust me, I've also been there. And the truth is that really every excuse, every doubt, and every fear that we have is literally just a story that we've been telling ourselves. And today, the story that you're going to tell yourself is, I am going to rewrite my story. All right. So here's some of the things that I typically feel like will come up. And even for me, it's coming up a little bit because I haven't done the residential side. I also don't know any of the markets, and I've been doing commercial for quite a while now. So coming back to do this, to buy a property, and who knows, maybe I buy a commercial instead in these 30 days, but we'll see. Right. So doubt. Right? Doubt comes up with the, I don't have enough experience. But the truth is that nobody starts as an expert. You really learn by doing, you really learn by asking questions and being resourceful. So we created a community really for you to be resourceful, to ask questions, and I'll be documenting every step of the way so that we can show you that action actually beats overthinking anytime, right? Because anything that we believe is hard that we can't accomplish, it's actually harder in our brains, in our minds, than it is when we actually do it. So let's get rid of the doubt, right? The doubt's going to come up. It is totally normal. You're good. The second one is fear, right? What if I fail? And here's the truth about failure too. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of it. Every challenge, every roadblock that you hit is going to teach you something invaluable. So if we can embrace failure as part of our growth, as a necessity to our growth, then we can change our relationship to failure. Yeah. So we can shift our relationship to failure. Failure is not a bad thing. I actually could possibly embrace failure. And this is the beginner's mindset, that if you embrace this in this part of the journey, that everything that is going to happen is designed to teach you something, then we can remove the fear of failure. This one is really up to you, because it will be the excuse of, I don't have enough time. I work a W-2. I have kids. I have dogs. I have whatever the XYZ is of the I don't have time. Time is made. Okay. Time is not found. So today, I'm blocking time out for this challenge, right? I'm blocking the time out for you. And even if it's just 1 hour of focused hour, little small consistent actions, I promise you will turn into massive results. So what you want to create in this is really up to you, right? And how much time you're willing to put into it. If you're like, no doubt, as Alex is going through this, I'm going to go through the same thing. I'm going to finish it, whatever it takes, whatever amount of time it takes. Great. Give yourself that gift today. So yeah, those are the 3 things I wanted to cover first for as we open today. I don't want it to be too hard. There's not going to be a lot of doing. There are some stuff that you want to be doing moving on from today to tomorrow. And I will be doing the same thing too, right? And so tomorrow's video is going to go through some of those things. So let's begin. Welcome again. All right. So I'm going to go into the school community, which is where we're really sharing all of this, right? So this is the real estate club. I want to make this thing free. And wow, look, we have 107 members already. We haven't even really advertised this. This is the first day of the 30-day challenge. So as you follow along on this, you'll see that this is going to be posted on socials. The value of this community, I'm going to say, is in the beginning, it is the information. It's going to be great to draw the information from me. All the things and all the knowledge I have, great. At some point, the value of this community is going to be how many members are in it. So the first invitation is for you to invite people to this community, to this 30-day challenge. Get them started on it too. Give them a service. Anybody that is really, that might be interested in real estate, want to go through it, or perhaps they want to teach other people how to do it, they might want to go through the same thing, right? But being a part of this community, the value of the community, and it's a free community, right? It's going to be this is going to be your net worth, your network. Your network is your net worth. So by being a contribution to this community, that is how you are going to actually extract the value. Think about this. If 107 people today, probably pretty easy. Let me just invite 10 people from today to the 30-day challenge, to the end of the 30-day challenge, invite 10 people to it. I'm going to serve 10 people. I'm going to give them an opportunity to join all of us on this journey. That's going to be 1,000 people in this community. The next challenge we do might be a wholesale challenge, might be, some kind of challenge. Quickly, 10,000, 100,000, a million, right? It's not that far-fetched. If you're in a community that you are edified, right, and you provide value to the community, wouldn't it be valuable for your business and your real estate venture to have access to 1 million people? I know. Great. So, all right, let's navigate through this real quick. In our community, of course, let's go to the community page first. Okay, cool. A lot of people have been commenting already. We haven't really even launched it, but there is something called the leaderboards, as you see on this right side. That means anytime someone hits a like on your post, you get a point. And what do you get on the leaderboards? You start with 1, then you can chat with members, and these things are just like, it's 5 points, 20 points, 65 points. But when you get to level 3, you get this awesome multifamily mastery class that I created. And you will learn, this is when you're ready. You've actually been engaged in this community, and you earn this mastery class. This class I used to sell for $1,000. So, just like, here, let me give it for free. Only 2% of the members have made it. I mean, 2 out of 107 people have made it to this point. Nobody has unlocked a one-on-one free coaching call. We also have free ticket events, and we'll add some more things to this as we go. But yeah. Let's go to the classroom. So yeah, classrooms. This is where we will add a bunch of different things for us. You can start here by reading a couple, the welcome messages and stuff like that. But this is your first deal roadmap. You can watch this to kind of go through just understanding real estate as a whole. But the 30-day challenge. So let's begin the 30-day challenge here. The 30-day challenge, we have a worksheet. Okay, this was the pre-worksheet. But we also gave you guys this assessment. So you can click on that, open this. This is, it used to be a 6-pager, but now it's 39 pages. So you can go through all of this. I will go through this as well, right? It's an assessment of how much time can you dedicate to real estate a week. Like, this is not just about how much time you dedicate to buy this property and in the 30-day challenge. Is how much do you actually want to spend time to do? This will dictate the strategy that you choose to go with. Are you comfortable with active management, overseeing repairs and tenants? Maybe you have zero experience in this space. You're like, no, I prefer that I have a partner that does this, or I prefer to delegate this to somebody else. Cool. So you need to answer these things, because based on how you answer these things, right? How much capital do you have access to? What's your credit score? It's an honest look at yourself. Some people go into real estate and go into businesses without doing a self-assessment, only to find themselves running in circles or being in a situation that they don't want to be a part of. So yeah, and then you want to look at yourself. Am I a high risk taker? Am I a low risk taker? All of these things will help you. Eventually, we're going to turn this into some kind of AI thing to be able to support us. But as you go through this, you're going to learn the different types of financing that's considered. If you selected, I have low time commitment, low capital risk. Okay, wholesaling lease options. That's something that's low time commitment, low capital, low risk, right? Then as you go higher and higher, fix and flip projects, you're going to have to look at all of this, and I invite you guys to go through this sheet. Then we have the different options, right? The different investment strategies. You can look at all of this. That tells you the type of risk, lease option, wholesaling, long-term rentals, fix and flips, the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. This has been great. I used to do this a lot. I thought this is actually probably one of the best. And I even did this in the commercial multifamily space too. So then you want to look at your financing. Okay, there's traditional, there's hard money loans, FHA loans, private money, partnership, seller financing, portfolio loans. These are all different types of loans, and then how you analyze your market, right? This is 39 pages of stuff that you should go through for sure. So I'll go through I'm going to go through some of this stuff tomorrow, and I'll fill it out, and I'll show you guys exactly where I'm at and what I think I'm going to do, right? Because the goal of this is actually I'm returning my mind to a beginner's mind. That means I don't really know. And a part of me actually is there because I haven't bought a residential property in a long time. So I don't know. I don't even know what the market's like. I got to choose a market, right? So then we go back to the school community and we can go to the start here. We'll go to the prep worksheet and, same thing, make a copy. It's a little bit of a self-assessment too. But I think what's important is this is the part. Identifying your funding resources. Are you going to fund it yourself? If you're going to fund it yourself, that makes this whole game real easy. But like me, and in this place right now, I am not going to use my money. And I'm going to say I'm not going to use any of my own credit. Right? So how do we make this work? I'm teaching you guys a skill. Actually, not even a skill. I'm teaching you a mindset of how to scale. The power of real estate lies in leverage. Okay? It's all about leverage. If you buy a $100,000 property with $20,000 down, if the property increases its value by 20%, that means 100,000 to 120, you have 2x your money. You made 100% on your money, right? That's the leverage. In stocks, you go and buy $100,000 in stocks, and that stock goes up by 20%, you've made $20,000. In real estate, boom. And you can even do more than that because your returns could be greater if it's not your own money. Then it's infinite. Infinite. How many times can you do infinite? Right? And then the market. I am going to invite you guys to pick a market that is either close to where you are or one that you are very, very, very familiar with. Okay? That means you know the difference between the properties from one block to the next. You know the neighborhoods from like that well. So pick that market because here's the thing. There's a good deal in every single market and you can find it and we can make it work. So at some point, we're going to do the analysis. You're going to learn to underwrite deals, things like that. But this is the first thing you do, all right? And this might take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, but get this done because I'm going to get this done today. And if you're going to follow along for tomorrow, that means you're going to want to get this done, all right? So we're not immediately jumping into looking at houses and all that. You have to prepare yourself. There is something that I've drawn inspiration from recently is the Cybertruck, the Tesla Cybertruck. It has something called the cheetah stance. That means before you go from 0 to 80 in 3.2 seconds, right? You don't just hit the gas and it just goes. It does something called cheetah stance. So the front of the car lowers by 11 inches. The car starts to power up. The battery sends power to where it needs to be. And then it launches. So we're not just going to jump right into looking at real estate and figuring out the strategy right now. We're going to prepare ourselves. We're going to get into cheetah stance, right? So we're going to fill out this stuff so we know. We have a self-assessment of who we are and what we're doing. And then we're going to launch. All right? But here's a homework assignment for you. If you've listened to this far, I really want to see people get this done. So you have to do some sort of visualization process here today. All right. You are going to spend 5 minutes. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to put a timer. Okay. You're going to put a timer on for 5 minutes on your phone. And you are literally going to visualize buying a property after you fill up the assessment. Buying the property, what it looks like, where is it? Just imagine that. The power of manifestation is first we create it in our minds, and then we align everything in ourselves to believe that to be true, and we manifest it outwards because the world around us is literally a reflection of what we believe is real in our minds. So that is going to conclude for day one. See, it's not really a lot, right? But you do have homework assignment. So I hope that I see you in the next one with your homework assignment done. And I will see you in day 2 of the 30-day challenge.